we'll be back from that. 29 minutes to the top of the hour. Definitely. That is the last minutes of the show with Charlotte, and we are driving your business. And of course, before we went into the break, we are discussing matters to do with philanthropy, seeing how it can be quite a key marketing strategy, most cases in such time of the holiday season when everyone is trying to actually compete to have more people as a result of that. Yeah, but I feel like however much we emphasize philanthropy, as an entrepreneur, there are things that need to be considered. And I think it could be one of the key aspects would be you making sure that the donations you receive, like you mentioned, you go to supermarkets, they have these donations.
Yes, the boxes.
Are really going to help people. And the impact must be felt to the community, because there is nothing that hurts like, maybe even when you mentioned that the box was empty, people might perceive that, okay, how sure are we
that this money actually goes back?
That this money is going to get back.
Yes, usually you find people making comments like, a comment like that, and of course someone else will be like, hey, so the money that doesn't actually reach.
Exactly.
And before you know it, someone who was going to actually put a coin is not going to put, because they feel like the money is not going to reach.
The money is not going to reach where it's supposed to reach.
Yes, and that alone is not good.
That is key. And also, I feel like somebody should also be clear with the, for example, when we mention about partnering with a non-government organization, you have to be clear that your goals actually are in line with that NGO you're partnering with, because there is partnering out of formality because you feel like you are desperate. The question is, why have you chosen that non-government organization? You see, that is quite key. Now, of course, if I'm to take a look at authenticity here, it has something to do with aligning with the brand values, because you don't just choose a trendy cause, because there can be a trend, like how people give and they post on social media. It's a trend.
Yes.
You know, and you know, once it becomes repetitive, we consumers are so skeptical. We can know that, oh, these people are using this. Like what you mentioned, that people are now aware that social media is a marketing strategy for themselves, but they are not really interested about you.
And usually people go to people's businesses and they're using it as a threat.
As a threat.
When you are not giving good customer care, when you're not giving a good product, this person will go on and threaten you with, they don't use police anymore, I'm going to report you anywhere. They just say,
yeah, exactly. TikTok,
and before you know it, this person will make a comment about your product, or your restaurant or your company, and before you know it, another person will come and they're like, oh yes, it's like that, even me. Before you know it, 30 people are talking about the same thing, and you're only getting negative comments, and those 30 people are enough for your company to shut down. Because social media is quite strong. Because if someone is complaining and then another person comes and complains about something else, they might not complain in the same field you're complaining about. You might say, the security guards are quite rude. And then the other person is like, you're talking about the security guards. Have you met the waitresses in that place?
I got you.
And before you know it, oh my God, have you tested their food? Their food is terrible. Then before you know it, your place will shut down within a few months, because social media already is coming into your business and shutting it down in ways you cannot even explain.
Now that brings me back to understanding the cost of renovating your image before the public, as in you're trying to rub away after the social media damage. It's quite a little bit costly, because I don't think, even when you try to get the best influencers, you pay them an amount of money. People might know that.
Yes.
No, now you're trying to pay people, because what I know, once the public is biased about something, it's gonna be very hard.
Very hard.
But then, how do you build back your image as a company?
It's very, very hard
to that to that level. Well, of course, me, I would feel like you'll have to embrace it as an entrepreneur. That okay, this is
made a loss. Now we are back to zero.
Back to zero.
And you know, social media impact on businesses these days. is actually 95%. But I don't think business owners know. Because once you have that damage, to come back from that damage, you'll come out, you say, we apologize as management.
We want to hear apologies.
Remember, usually in the comment section, usually there are those people, no offense, there are those people who come after putting data for 1,000. Comment, they leave social media.
Exactly.
They'll come back after a week. And those people usually are the ones that put those comments that actually put a very big impact. And these people never think before commenting. If you actually read these comments sometimes, this person doesn't actually think about the business owner or the impact it's going to cause. And even if this person comes to apologize and this person is commenting down here, people will watch the video. Because usually when we are watching videos these days, first thing you do, you're like, kandabeko comment. And you're listening to the video as you're reading these comments. This person is saying, we apologize, you know, when the sewage burst, it was not, and then this person will put this comment as you're listening, you're like, yeah, this person is right. Even if they apologize, there's nothing new they're going to do. And before you know it, you, a person who has been making 1 million a day, you end up making 100,000. And that 100,000 will deteriorate to 50,000. And before you know it, the business is shut down. And the only way you can come back from social media is actually, I think, rebranding.
Exactly.
Rebranding is the only way out.
You can actually change your name. If you are called Andrew Enterprises,
you can even say you change the business owner.
Exactly.
You say somebody else bought the business and what, but I think it's also expensive because you have to rebrand and you have to convince these people it's no longer you, it is someone else. But remember, you want your business to keep going. And you find some people actually selling their businesses instead of rebranding or trying to reawaken this business again. And that is a loss for someone, a business owner. It is not something good.
Oh, it's quite a huge loss.
Yes.
So we need to be very careful with our social media and how we put out aspects because of news spreads way faster. The rate at which it spreads faster, and the social media is way much more faster as compared to the mainstream media, as we see. Now, you want to say something?
Well, of course, when you decide to come out from all those damages of social media, the other thing the company need to know, yes, we use the social media to market, and also we have these workers who work there, because you've seen many workers leave these companies and then go to social media. And they come make comments and they're like, when I was working in this company, this happened. So I feel also bosses should also remember, when these workers are there, you also need to be nice to them. To the workers. Yes, we need people, the customers and all, but also the employees are people. They're actually humans. They should also be treated good. Yeah, because actually, if you say you're nice, it would be weird to act like you're nice to your customers, yet you're not nice to your people. Yes. Because it starts with your people. And actually, Americans are so well, I think Germans, they mind about the employees more than the customers. Instead, and of course, when you care for the customers more, productivity will increase. And once productivity increases, that means the quality of what you produce also increases and you make money. Yes. Well, still on that, we still are taking a look at quite a few aspects that you need to check out as you're considering the philanthropy journey. And now, of course, the local focus, you know, because your product must be tailored to the actual needs of the community. Now, you need to prioritize charities or non-government organizations working directly in Ugandan communities that communities relevant to your customers. This creates sense of shared identity and impact at the same time. You know, focus. You know, sometimes like we do things out of the trendy perspective, but we need to understand that even the non-government organization we are partnering with is directly impacting. I mean, my product is related exactly, you know, perfectly. This is what they're trying to say. But of course, in most cases, it should be on local focus, the local community, and most especially, it starts with the people within you, within your area. Okay, I understand your business may be centered in town, but at least you stay somewhere away from town. But how are the lives of people? Do you wish them to also be like you?
So the local focus should be on that because there is no need for you to go really way far up country. You can go there, but first sort the people that are around you.
Yes.
Those are your disciples that you will say. If somebody, if people are to market you in other areas, they will say, this gentleman, he comes in this area, but before he came here, he made sure that all people in his area have access to clean water. At least there is a stable road that connects to people. I mean, there is nothing beauty. So the focus should be local. And of course, employee engagement, involve employees in choosing the cause and volunteering efforts.
Yes.
Their passion and connection will translate to authentic marketing.
You know, usually bosses sit in offices and the employees usually know the local people more since they take the product to the people. So they know these people more. So the boss should put a meeting, not this thing of bosses coming, they're like, we are going to Karamoja, we are taking sanitaries and we are taking nets, and without asking these people what should actually be taken,
what do those people need?
What do these people need? What should we give to them that can actually make them remember us as a company for helping them? And at the end of the day, if they're involved as workers, they will feel like, oh, our boss actually values yes, our presence. It's not, you know, most bosses tend to be like, you don't sit there, but when you actually involve your employees in a certain way, there's a work environment you create that would actually help the company in so many ways. Yes.
A healthy working environment.
Yes.
Okay. Beautiful. And now, if we have to get into the matters here of transparency, because we are breaking down these factors that you need to understand before you go into the philanthropy cause. It's key to really highlight out a few clarities here. And now, clear communication, because you need to explain how donations are used, be it direct, financial support, purchasing specific items or funding programs. Of course, share the impact metrics, e.g., the number of children, children fed, families supported. So in other words, it needs you to have a database of what you're doing and in your marketing material. So clear communication is key. If that's exactly what the public needs, they need that clarification, you know, because you've decided to embark on the journey of philanthropy. Now, you should also get to understand, show, don't tell. Use visuals and storytelling to showcase the impact of your efforts, feature beneficiaries, volunteers, and the positive changes made. Then we also need to understand the aspect of third-party verification. Consider partnering with a reputable organization to audit your philanthropic activities and provide independent verification of impact. So, a reputable organization.
Yes.
A non-government organization, but it's reputable. Because there are many that claim, they come in the picture of that, but they defraud people.
But you know, many of the NGOs we have are mostly business.
So they are losing the actual bit of it of what, because initially we knew them for something else. Or they have been a business initiative from day one.
Most of them have been, because you can find most of them started joining recently in the past 5 years. The NGOs that are there, you find that someone joined, you ask this person, so why did you start this NGO? The person, actually the first person, so the person will answer you, and you look at this person, you're like, why would you give me such an answer? The person will say, yeah, because they told me abazungu bayamba abantu abalina NGO baba wa sente. And that is the only reason this person opened the NGO. Okay. And you find another person saying, because when I was growing up, I didn't have parents, I didn't have that love. So I said, let me open this NGO because I feel these children need to get that love back. And you feel like this is the person who actually needs to be with the NGO, not the other person who actually did it for business. Yes. And actually, I've seen a huge bunch of people, and you find that sometimes it's like a syndicate played out there. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm trying to market. Probably you have access to the people with the funds, so you think of putting up an NGO such that you channel the funds to your NGO. Then me, I come through your NGO, and you're helping me push my brand. But that is, I think, it all at the end of the day. Accountability is demanded, because we've seen still people falling into deep trouble.
out of that, you know, perspective. So we need to really watch out on quite these perspectives. I mentioned the third-party verification. You need to, first of all, be sure of the organization you're heading into, whether, because you could be frauded, you know, in the name of a non-government organization. And then people should also get to understand, Charlotte, sometimes it calls for patience, because you may not see the benefits of your philanthropy act today. You know, just like how you're doing something today and you want by next month people to come and embrace your product because you're helping out people.
Yes.
Some of these initiatives are long term. That's why some of the companies that do this probably established companies, because a person starting right now, they are thinking in the short term. They are not, but which is not, I'm not saying it's okay, because it's not okay to, however much you're not established, be a philanthropy, because like we said, you can help one family like this. You don't need to give them too much money. This is you might even feel the impact 2 years from now,
even 5 years,
even 5 years from now, but at least you are investing for the future.
When you talk about future, you know, sometimes there are people you help and you personally, you forget you actually help this person. This person can come to you, he's like, you know, I need 10,000, it's really urgent. And you've done it today, and 5 years later, this person comes, he tells you, I don't know if you still remember, do you remember that day when I was quite on the wall, you actually helped me, and you actually don't remember. So if companies can actually remember that any investment you make, anything that you do is a long-term investment. It is not a short-term investment. Because usually they just look at now, they say, if I've actually done this for this charity organization, tomorrow I should be all over the news, I should be trending because I did something good. How about you trend 5 years from now? They'll say this company, the sanitary company, helped this organization 5 years back. And before you know it, this sanitary company has done it. They are selling billions and billions. So whatever you do now is actually it's like a vision for the future of your company.
Absolutely.
And they never quite look at that any day.
Few look at that.
Yeah, they actually never.
Very few.
They don't look at long term. They look at now term.
Maybe the conditions are harsh and every person is looking for money to survive today.
Yes.
So they don't feel like they need to. But it's important for your business growth and development, because we are talking about businesses for family generations to, you know, sustain that. Not a business that when you die it ends with you, and definitely that comes with a philanthropy touch. Yes,
but you've seen many of the companies that we have in Uganda whereby the owner dies and then the kids, when they take over, it dies just like that within months.
Disappears within months.
And if the business owner was there and they used to do charity, usually it goes on, because even after their death, when they leave their property, they usually say this will
charity
go to,
programs, which keep,
it keeps going,
which keep on moving.
This is looking at the future and not looking at now.
So with philanthropy, you are actually purchasing a ticket for longevity of your business, for generations to own it. All right, I guess it's been quite a fruitful discussion, and it's been quite a great pleasure being with you on Smart Means Business from all the way we started, from the morning call coming in down as we're heading into the last minutes. Maybe, Charlotte, your last remarks for the day, for the entrepreneur out there.
Well, for any entrepreneur out there, yes, it's the festive season. Yes, we love to spend. We love to spoil everyone. If it's not worth it, this Christmas, I feel like you don't go to the village. Because if you're going to go to the village, that means you have to do shopping. You have to do shopping. You have to spend on transportation. When you get to the village, you have to spend. And you know, this year has quite been a very tough year for everyone. So if you feel like it's really not worth it, or I mean in your pocket, if it's quite a lot and you feel you can't afford it, please don't do it. Don't put yourself under pressure. Just get that money you have that you are going to use for transport or fuel to go to the village. Send it to them. Tell them, maybe maybe you can go for Easter.
Yeah.
Easter is okay. Even next Christmas is there. So don't put yourself under stress. Or maybe use this Christmas season, stay at home when everyone has gone, finish eating, stay at home. You don't have to go
Reflect
out,
on your life.
reflect, sit and take a breather.
Meditate.
It's quite been hard.
You should meditate.
So from me to you, thank you for being with us. Have a lovely day. Have a Merry Christmas.
What more can I say? Happy Christmas. Of course, though it's too early for me to wish you, I'll be wishing you later on in the week. But I just hope you get productive throughout the day and use this information to apply to your business. Philanthropy is quite a key aspect. Well, till tomorrow, have yourselves a wonderful day.